Alright, guys, so I've got a cage fight coming up in just over a month, and I'm hoping it's going to be the first cage fight that I have amongst many. I hope it's the first step in a long, long journey. One question I've been asked many a time by a whole multitude of different people is, aren't you afraid? Aren't you afraid to be stepping into that cage, into that ring, whatever, and to be facing against an opponent you don't even know? Aren't you afraid of getting hurt? Aren't you afraid of the pain? And my answer is, well, yeah, of course I'm afraid. And sometimes this seems to shock people. They kind of almost believe that you should not be feeling fear. Or they think, well, how can he cope with it whilst being afraid, like they would be in that situation? Well, my answer is this. I'm being truthful. Every man, I don't care who you are, how tough you are, how skilled at fighting you are, how brave you are, does not matter. When you step in that cage, you're going to feel an element of fear. Why? Because you're human, just like everyone else. Men feel fear. The only difference is the people who ask me, why are you stepping in a ring? They see fear as a reason to not get in, a reason to keep out, to keep away from what may hurt you. But to me, there's two options. There's two options to dealing with this fear. It's to do exactly what they would do, to keep out of it, to not get in the ring, to not fight. But the only other option, if you're not going to go down that route, is to step in to that cage and face down your fear face to face, face to face. And that, to me, is my natural reaction to fear. There is no other way to react to it, because to deal with fear, that is my motivation into getting into that ring. It's not a deterrent, it's a motivation. Because truly the bravest man, the man who achieves most, is the one willing not only to face his fears, but to conquer them, and without hesitation. So that's why, guys, I'm stepping into the ring. That's why I'm going into the cage, fighting whatever opponent they throw at me. I don't care who they are. I'm going in that cage. I don't care if they're a monster god, whatever. I'm fighting them. And I ain't getting out that cage until I am down and I'm out and I'm in completely out, or until I'm victorious, one of the two. That is how I feel and think about the cage fights.